Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Remove your hats as the colors are posted for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Marshals, you may take your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium your senior class president, Mr. Walker Ginn.
Thank you. Good morning. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Terry Sanford High School, we welcome you as we embark on the 109th graduation ceremony in honor of Senator Terry Sanford. Today is truly a day to celebrate as we recognize the accomplishments of each young man and woman in front of us. I want to thank all parents, family, and friends for their love and constant support, as well as the members of the Terry Sanford faculty and staff for their guidance and patience. High school has been an unforgettable journey that attempted at preparing us. It may not have always given us everything, but I learned to take hold every opportunity I was given. The one thing I would change, though I'd probably change a few things, the one thing I would change is that I would get to know more of you guys. But I know that all of us are here and deserve to be recognized today. You did it. You graduated. And you did it here at FTS. Thank you.
Throughout this morning's ceremony, I want to make sure that we remember that we want to maintain the dignity of this occasion. And seniors, as you know, we have talked how disappointing it would be if our parents did not hear our name called. We want to ensure that all family members can see and hear all events of this morning's commencement ceremony. So there will be a time for cheering and applauding at the end of the ceremony. For your convenience, when we did our rehearsal, a professional photographer for Life Touch Studios photographed your graduate as they received their diploma during our dress rehearsal. Once again, welcome. At this time, I would like to recognize our stage guests. Dr. Marvin Connolly Jr., Superintendent of Cumberland County Schools. Members of the Cumberland County Board of Education are Mr. Greg West, Chair. Ms. Deanna Jones, Vice Chair. Mrs. Alicia Chisholm. Mr. Charles McKellar. Mrs. Donna Van. And Mrs. Susan Williams. You may be seated. Thank you. Representing the Superintendent's Cabinet, Dr. Mary Black, Associate Superintendent, Support Services. Mrs. Betty Musselwhite, Associate Superintendent, School Support. Mr. Ron Phipps, Associate Superintendent, Data and Accountability. Mr. Ruben Reyes, Associate Superintendent, Human Resources. Mr. Nick Soika, Board Attorney. Dr. Lindsay Whitley, Associate Superintendent, Communications and Community Engagement. Dr. Stacy Wilson Norman, Chief Academic Officer of Academic Services. And Dr. Tonjay Robertson, Area Superintendent of School Support High Schools. You all may be seated. Thank you. Now, I am pleased to introduce our salutatorian for the class of 2022, Mr. Anil Gordon.
A wise man once told me that looking cool is half the battle, so figured I'd get my shades on before we got started. Good morning, family, friends, faculty, honored guests, and as cliche as it sounds, who could forget the class of 2022? We made it. All of us here have gathered today to witness an event that is the culmination of 18 years of hard work, albeit sometimes late and missing work, and dedication. I am honored to be able to come before you and speak. Before I begin, I would like you all to remember the deck of cards I am holding in my hand, as it will become important later on in my speech. Reflecting back on high school, my memory brings me back to freshman year. It was homecoming Friday night football. I remember looking up into the sunset and cheering along with my friends as our principal skydived into the stadium, cheering as our team scored victory after victory, and at the end, rushing the field and singing our alma mater. These past 4 years really went by in a blur. I cannot begin to think about where I would be without the love and support of my family and friends. Specifically, I would like to thank my parents and grandparents sitting right over there for figuratively pushing me to succeed and literally pushing me awake off of the living room sofa to wake up during Zoom class. Can we all give a big round of applause to the family, faculty, and friends who all made sacrifices, big or small, to ensure that we could be here today? As I come to a close, I would like to recite a poem from Langston Hughes. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Now, I promise I won't make you analyze or write an essay about the deeper meaning of this quote. However, I will remind you that high school is not the end. As every teacher reminded us, it is merely the beginning of the rest of our lives. I urge you to hold fast to your passions and interests. Much like the deck of cards I referenced earlier, life is not certain. It can constantly be shuffled or shifted to suit whatever hand it is that you desire. So go out and find your desire, whether that's playing an instrument, finding love, or simply enjoying nature. It's been an honor walking the halls with you here at FDS. Go Dogs!
It is my honor to introduce our valedictorian of the class of 22, Miss Caitlin Zaravel.
Thank you, Mr. Hatch. And thank you to our passionate teachers, loving parents, dedicated staff, and talented classmates. You've all made the past 4 years of high school so memorable. Throughout our lives, we have but 3 days: yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So what should we do with our 3 days? Albert Einstein once said, "We must learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow." As we reflect upon our high school years, our yesterdays, so to speak, remember how resilient we've become. We have faced unprecedented challenges, months of isolation and virtual learning. We've obsessed over things we previously took for granted, like not running out of toilet paper. But the crucial thing to remember is that we made it here, today. And friends, today is the most important of all days. Gandhi famously said, "The future depends on what you do today." So I challenge you to keep learning something new each day. Keep working to improve yourself and your community. Keep dreaming and setting lofty goals. Ask yourself this question: if you could live out your dreams, what would your tomorrow look like? Would there be an end to plastic pollution or climate change? How about a cure for cancer? Will we finally achieve peace, harmony, and equal justice? Would there be no more world hunger? Ultimately, each one of us has a potential to be a catalyst for change and progress. Sitting among us today are future teachers, pastors, community leaders, medical professionals, engineers, and policymakers. Yes, we are responsible for leading the way and inspiring the next generation. So, wherever your journey may lead, remember this: give your very best today so that we may all live our dreams tomorrow. Good luck and best wishes to you all.
Thank you, Caitlin. Please welcome to the podium our student body president, Miss Paige Kennedy, as she will deliver the farewell speech to our seniors. Miss Kennedy?
Four years ago, we entered through the front doors of Terry Sanford for the first time as freshmen. Our time at Terry Sanford has been filled with great memories, new friendships, and 3 very unfortunate powder puff losses. We each faced our own hardships. In fact, we never expected that half of our high school years would be spent doing school at home in our pajamas. But our core memories of the last 4 years aren't just filled with WebEx classes and Canvas work, but instead, they are full of moments of the people sitting next to you today. From watching Mr. Hatch skydive into the homecoming game freshman year, to being the first class in the county to host our prom at Segra Stadium, we have truly had a remarkable run. In fact, the class of 2022 is so special that even Mr. Hatch could not bear the thought of being at Terry Sanford without us. Terry Sanford has helped us each to grow into the people we are today, confident, capable, and motivated adults. Despite what our matching outfits today may convey, Terry Sanford helped shape us into the unique individuals we are. As we prepare to close the door on high school and begin writing the next chapter of our lives, I want to leave you each with a question. Who do you want to be? When we gather together for our 10, 20, 50-year reunions, will you be proud of the person standing before your former classmates? Whatever path you've chosen for yourself after graduation, never stop aspiring to be the best version of yourself. Never stop pushing yourself to be great. Never doubt your ability to make a difference, and never lose sight of where you've come from. Although the days of Friday night lights in the student sections and singing our alma mater after a triumphant win have come to an end, today only marks the beginning of what you are capable of. It has been an honor to learn and grow alongside you the past 4 years, but it is now time that we each go out and make our own mark in this world. Class of 2022, the future begins now.
Lead marshals, take your places. At this time, it is my honor to present the 2022 candidates for graduation. Families, friends, please hold all applause, cheers, yelling out, and other ways that would draw attention, because we know you are excited about your child graduating, until all candidates have been recognized, in order for everyone to enjoy this ceremony both here and abroad. We ask that you help us continue the tradition of a respectful and dignified ceremony. We ask that you do not make any noise during the calling of the individual graduate's name, as that prevents other families from hearing their student's name being called. Certainly, we do not want to remove anyone from the ceremony due to a disruption. We do ask, however, that when your graduate's name is called, that the family members please stand silently in recognition of their accomplishments, and then be seated. Our presenter this morning calling the names for our ceremony is Mrs. Pamela Stevenson.
Kaylee Irene, excuse me, Kaylee Irene Akers. Kaylee Leona Alexander. Anisha Marie Among. Olivia Kate Ambellin. Ronald David Asatembe. Shamaria Unique Atkins. Shamar Lamont Avery. Ariana Kalizia Baker. Michael Spencer Barber. Monet Denise Berrido. Margaret Elizabeth Barnes. Riley Faye Berry. Ashton Connor Balcom. Cody Hugh Benton. Brian Jonathan Bethay. Jesse James Biazzo. Ashley Nicole Bynum. Hannah Mosley Black. Davis Graham Blankenship. Caleb Ian Bowden. Silas Aubrey Bowen. Courtney Michelle Boysworth. Tamia Sabri Brantley. Alden Scott Bray. Jalen Trayshawn Bright. Kennedy Justin Brooks. And Nisha Deline Brown. Nathan Edwin Brown. Ramon Lamont Brown. Maceo Xavion Brunson. Brianna Denise Bruton. Laura Catherine Bullard. Caitlin Renee Bush. James Philip Bird. Bakai Deshaun Campbell. Virginia Page Kennedy. Taron Shamari Kane. Esmeralda Carmona. Mackenzie Rebecca Carr. Nasir Jamari Carroll. Michael Oliver Carson. Andre Ajalil Carter. Tori Lee Rose Childry. John Malik Cochran. Nyarion Cooper. Anna Marie Costello. Noah Xavier Crow-Williams. Shania Adriana Crudup. Nealani Larissa Cruz. Chase Allen Curry. Jalacia Nicole Curtis. Matthew Shea Danaher. Jackson Tyler Davidson. Damian Malik Davis. Kay Emily Davis. Kyra Michelle Davis. Patton Wesley Davis. Liam Cole Dempster. Nicholas Lee DeVault. Samaj Malik DeWitt. Paula Arisandra Marigaha Dizan. Joey Alexander Douglas. Jaden Demetrius Dumas Knox. Miles Xavier Eakins. Dion Matthew Elliott. Wiley Thomas Falter. Jaquan Quali Fennell. Alejandro Manuel Figueroa. Samuel Arturo Flores. Marilyn Vinetta Garces. Charles Robert Ginn. Walker Douglas Ginn. Hayden Dwayne Glasgow. Anil Ryan Gordon. Brady Andrew Gore. Clayton Mitchell Gorell. Matthew Kareem Anthony Gray. Keandre Malik Gray Dunlap. Jackson Pittman Guy. Ainsley Catherine Hall. Max Elliott Hall. Tommy Melvin Hammond. Courage Lan Hammonds. William Douglas Harris. Milat Jesse Hazlitt. Cruz Martin Hers. Tamia Renee Hillbryant. Angelique Dawn Holt. Isabella Mai Howard. Evan Anthony Eisenbarger. Kendall Nicole Jackson. Viviana Jasmine Jimenez. Brenaya Zamira Johnson. Destiny Nathiri Jones. Deontay Kyoji Jones. Tiana Marie Jones. Trinity Iree Jones. Emma Taylor Joyner. Chloe Christine Kasnick. Taylor Jamise Kemp. Caitlin Michelle Kessinger. Haley Ray Knight. Carden Dew Lamb. Sean Christopher Lawson. Judy Lynn Lee. Faison Cole Lewis. Nave Raylyn Lecon. Nicholas Gabriel Linden. Madison Patricia Lindsay. Jackson Lewis Link. Taylor Marie Long. Vidiel Keone Lopez Rodriguez. Paris Elise Lozada. Ashlyn Faith McClellan. Sydney Grace Macias. Gabriel Patrick Malone. Isaiah Thomas Monero. Ava Cole Manel. Colin Riley Martin. Jalen Jameer Martin. Madison Pearl Masterson. Armarion Jarique Mayfield. Daquan Emmanuel McClanahan. DeAndre DeBreek McCutcheon. Ashley Allen McDonald. Nicholas Denham McDonald. Jalen Richard McDuffie. Ava Grace McGrew. Aaliyah Gabrielle McLaurin. Daryl Nisha Taishay McNeil. Shakaya Nicole McCray. Jordan Elijah Miller. Matthew Thomas Miller. Tashana Kiaja Mills. Nana Matal. Tara Matal. Angelique Molina Davis. Davis Jones Molnar. Param Parimal Nayak. Toya Ola Oke Wamara. Robert Boyer Parker. Nathaniel Luis Patrick. William Barry Patton. Johanil Payano Romero. Xavier Alexander Domingo Pickering. Chatelet Pierre Charles. Kalasia Tanaya Pierces. Chris Spiro Poulis. Daquan Anthony Powell. Ranger Merlot Pratt. Damita Janae Pugh. Christopher Tyler Ramirez. Jamira Mercedes Ramos Richards. Anne Louise Ray. Maya Denise Ray. Stacy Ray. Donald Allen Sidney Redding. Jathia Rosalinda Reed. Mykira Tamaya Reed. Joshua Frederick Rice. Michael Nehemiah Richardson. Kenneth Trayvon Ritchie. Catherine Candace Rizzolo. Shia Aaliyah Robinson. Jalen Rodriguez. Landre Dornay Roebuck. Crystal Edith Rosario Rodriguez. Kylie Katrina Rose. Tyrese Jermaine Roundtree. Caitlin Felicia Russell. Ayman Carthel Santos. Amaya Tamia Savage. Isabella Sheck. Sarah Helen Sheese. Cameron Reese Seagroves. John Christian Sessoms. Liam Larkin Scrow. Haley Jewel Shaw. Christian Joel Silvario Polanco. Austin William Simmons. George James Skinteris. Michael Peter Skinteris. Barnes Anderson Smith. Nasir Iman Smith. Hanaya Yvette Stevens. Mary Anna Stiles. Catherine Marie Sullivan. Joanna Marie Ibayo Samayo. Heaven Andrea Simone Soigné. Joshua Eddie Swisher. Saim Saeed. Alan Michael Schwepka. Alessandra Isabel Tapia. Ethan Aaron Kenneth Torres. Hunter West Tatman. Samuel Pierce Terranova. Jada Destiny Thomas. Matthew Durand Thomas. Charles Layton Thompson. Dynasty Terrastar Thompson. Ian Montgomery Thurston Austin. Jocelyn Toledo Hernandez. Nathan Elijah Townsend. Ariana Ann Turner. Scarlett Alejandra Urbaez. Scarlett Alejandra Urbaez. Andrea Sofia Vidal Sanchez. Jalisa Noel Villegas. Reese Shirley Ann Walker. Margaret Bostick Watson. Anijah Jean Weeks. Erica June Wells. Inez Marie Whidbey. Jackson Carey White. Mark Jason Wiles, Jr. Zaire Brian Williams. Mabel Lanice Williams. Tanner Harris Williams. Terrell Demetriel Nikel Williams. Kyle Graydon Williamson. Sydney Angelina Raquel Wixon. Ariana Rose Wolf. Noah Malik Wright. Caitlin Lee Zaravel.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. At this time, marshals, please proceed to your designated positions. Will everyone please stand and join us in the singing of the Alma Mater? You may be seated. All right, folks, give me just a few minutes. Give me just a few minutes. Thank you. I'd like to call attention to the italicized names in your program. The italics indicate that these students have been given a legacy pin in recognition of the fact that they have parents, grandparents, or even great-grandparents who attended Terry Sanford High School or Fayetteville High School. What a great honor it is to carry on the Bulldog legacy. Seniors, as you left the stage, you were given a flower that signifies your accomplishments. And at the end of the ceremony, we ask that you present this flower to someone who has helped you achieve your accomplishments. In August of 2018, who knew what the next 4 years would be? As a freshman, I'm sure it seemed like your immediate goal was to try to figure out where your classes were and not get that infamous tardy slip. When we met together the first week of school, and I don't know if you remember this or not, I spoke to you about this very day, 2022. And if you recall, throughout your high school career, we had multiple conversations over the last 4 years on what it would take to get to this moment. Now, you could tell through my enthusiasm that my goal has always been to get you to this point. Whatever it took to make it happen, even if that meant jumping out of a perfectly good airplane to deliver a game ball to your first homecoming football game, or find a way to ensure you could get tutoring during the day and take part in clubs and other organizations during Smart Lunch in your sophomore year. But just about the time you thought you had it all figured out, the world changed. And you finished your sophomore year at home as part of the longest spring break, summer break, fall break, and winter break in the history of modern education. Most of your junior year was spent online, which presented you with lots of questions about what the future is going to hold. What's the junior year going to be? Are we going to have prom? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? And even into your senior year, even into this year, it seemed like things would never get back to a normal that we all knew. Well, fortunately, things did get better, and we have learned how to live in this pandemic. And even the first several months of your senior year were even a bit awkward. Everyone wearing a mask. You were trying to say, is that you, so-and-so? I don't recognize you. Seeing your classmates for the first time, in many cases, since your sophomore year. But you adjusted, and your senior year quickly began to be filled with the traditional high school memories you were hoping for. You made it. I made it. We all made it. As we finish this chapter in our lives, all good things must come to an end. If something makes you sad when it ends, Let me try that again. If something makes you sad when it ends, it must have been pretty wonderful when it was happening. You guys are graduating? Hey, and I'm retiring. We all go out together, this time as alumni of Fayetteville Terry Sanford High School, class of 1986 with class of 2022. So go and do, class of 2022. Seniors, please rise. By the power vested in me through the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction and Cumberland County Schools, I now pronounce you graduates of Terry Sanford High School. You may turn your tassel. Congratulations.